On the far tundra, where the river slides by the village of Chivak, a woman named Rose brings life to legends. From bits of sealskin and reindeer whiskers, from a deep well of imagination and humor, she brings back the people of the past: hunters, singers, dancers, drummers. Rose is one of several artists in Alaska who make these dolls, symbols of the old ones who show us the way.
And when the skin is soft, I start working on the face. I have to pull very hard to be able to look like she or he has expression on the facial part. I'd like to think my dolls represent best of our culture. Eskimo dancing, singing, hunting. These are the things that keep us healthy.
Nearby, another craftsman, Earl, tells how the people learn from the wisdom of the land and the sea.
A man stays healthy by going out to the tundra and listening to the birds and the sea and the sky, and knowing his environment like 150% all the way around, knowing everything, knowing the movement of the water and the sky and the birds and the seals. And a man goes out hunting far away out into the sea and catches a seal and bring it back. And we do that not only for ourselves, not only for our family, but for the community.
It has been said that life dwells in all things, that the river, the grass, the cloud, the drum all contain the spirit of life. And when the day is fading and the people have begun their dreaming, the spirit of life might awaken in the dolls, the dancer, the basket weaver, the gatherer, the elder with the drum.
The people have called to us in their dreams.
We can guide them to be well.
Awaken them to their own wisdom.
The wisdom of possibilities.
And choice, like the wise choice Rose made.
I was seen by a doctor in Bethel, and he suggested that I have colonoscopy. I didn't understand what it meant, and the doctor explained that they have to put the camera inside the anal area, and the thought of it really scared me. But he was telling me that if I don't have colonoscopy, if I should have a growth there, a polyp, that it could turn to cancer, and I could die from it. So I thought of my children, and I don't want to die early. I'd rather have checkup instead of suffering. So for my children, I go ahead and try it.
At first it was scary for Rose. She made the healthy choice out of love for herself and her children. She chose to have a colonoscopy.
So many new words, medical words.
Like colonoscopy. A screening exam to look for polyps in the colon.
A polyp, that's an abnormal growth inside the colon. A polyp can turn to cancer if not removed.
And colon, it's something everyone has, but no one talks about.
At a radio station in town, a nurse cancer educator explains about the colon and answers questions about colon cancer. Names for cancer of the colon and the rectum are often combined as colorectal cancer.
We all have colons. Men, women, boys, girls, everybody has a colon. And that's the part of your body where when you eat something, which we all love to do, I heard that there was maybe a Gutek contest going on, but after you eat something, food passes through your body and it gets to your stomach, and then from there it works its way through about 20 feet, which is pretty amazing, of small intestine, and then the next part of your body, as your body passes food out as waste, is called your colon. And some people maybe have heard of that. It's called your large intestine. And it's about 6 feet long inside our bodies. We know we have colons, but we never really heard of colon cancer. And it's the second leading cause of cancer death among Alaska Native people and can almost be totally prevented.
Hi, Ben. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing fine. How are you too?
Good. I understand your doctor recommended that you get colon screening done.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd like to tell you a little bit about colon screening and how we do it and why today, so that it makes you a little bit more comfortable with the whole thing, okay?
Okay.
Well, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to ask you to do what's called a bowel prep. That means that before we do the test, we need to have all of the stool cleaned out of the colon. That just means taking a laxative for the day before the test. We also are going to have you be on a clear liquid diet, which means just not eating any solid food for that day. Okay? The next day when you come in for the test, which takes usually about a half hour to an hour for each test, we will have you draped in gowns so that your modesty is preserved, so that it's not embarrassing for you. And we will make you as comfortable as we possibly can. The test is done one of two ways. One of them is with what we call a flexible sigmoidoscopy. That is a test where we look at the lower part of the large intestine up to about here, looking for these little growths called polyps that usually you don't know are there. We can actually remove those polyps and in that way prevent them from ever developing into a cancer. Okay? The other test is called a colonoscopy. That one is done with the same type of a scope, but longer, and it goes all the way around to the end of the colon. And we give a little bit of sedation, and the test itself, which takes about an hour, is you don't really remember or feel that test at all.
What causes the polyps to develop?
One of the risk factors for polyps is smoking. People who smoke tend to develop polyps more often. Also family history. If you have a mother or a father or brother or sister who have developed polyps or colon cancer, then your risk of developing them may be a little bit higher.
How do we keep our colon healthy?
Eat greens and berries.
Ah, it's easy. Move your body, exercise, go for walks, dance.
Be tobacco-free. Choose not to smoke or chew.
And have screening exams.
They'd set up an appointment for me and I'd cancel it because I'd start getting scared, afraid that they might find something and thinking how painful it might be. All those things, kept coming to me, but it wasn't bad. I could see my inside. I was so alert. I was able to watch my inside being taken picture in the little TV. I was so amazed. I am very happy that I had my colonoscopy because they took out 2 polyps that could have turned to cancer. And I encourage everybody over 50 to have this screening. It's very important. Your health is very important because you have children, grandchildren, family to take care of. How can you take care of them if you are not taking care of yourself?
It may take 5 to 10 years for a small polyp to develop into cancer. The idea is to find polyps that may turn into cancer and remove them before they have time to become cancer. And if there is something wrong, we want to find it and treat it before it has time to metastasize or spread to another part of the body. Cancer cells can enter the bloodstream or lymph system and form new tumors in other parts of the body. The sooner the cancer is found and treated, the better.